Good evening, people. Welcome to Reaching Out with Great Hope. Well, my guest today is Tarquez Hopson. I'm just going to get right into it. Tarquez, introduce yourself to the people. How you doing today?
First of all, I'm doing well. First, I want to say thank you for having me on today. A little bit about myself. My name is Tarquez Hopson. Born and raised here in Meridian, Mississippi. My parents are Willie and Beverly Hopson. I'm a 2007 honors graduate of Meridian High School. Once I graduated, went to Xavier University as a Howard Hughes Biomedical Scholars Program, biomedical scholar. Left there after my mom was diagnosed with lupus. Graduated from the University of Southern Mississippi with a bachelor's in accounting and finance. I also have a master's in secondary education from Grand Canyon University as well.
That is so good. So I got to ask you, why did you run for office? And what district are you running for, and who are you running against?
Currently, I'm running for Justice Court Judge here in Lauderdale County for District 3, and my opponent would be Paul Early. What really is kind of crazy how it worked out. I think to me, I think it's like God. He placed me in this area. Like I said, graduated. My degrees are in accounting, finance, and I have a master's in secondary education. But it's like He placed me in the school system, and He allowed me to work at Longhorns, Hattiesburg, around people to prepare me for this position here. Before that, I worked with the Meridian Public School District as a 9th grade inclusion teacher with Ms. Donna Smith in Algebra 1, and I also taught 5th grade math with Parkview. So that allowed me to meet a lot of different kids, a lot of different students. And once I got my job with the City of Meridian, the police department, it allowed me to get in the courtroom. And so being in the courtroom, being able to work directly under the judge, it allowed me to see a lot of different things that I felt I didn't have a voice for. So that's one of those reasons why it made me really want to run for Justice Court Judge. It allowed me to realize that this position is not for an attorney. It's more so for a layperson. I feel like the different things that I've done in life would classify me as a layperson. All my jobs have allowed me to be around people, to learn how different people act and why they act the way they act. And so being a judge, you have to be impartial. You have to be able to understand and listen to each side, because there's always 3 sides of the story. You have the defendant, you have the affiant, and then you actually have the truth. And so you have to be able to say, hey, what is the truth? Who is the officer lying? Or when I say lying, is the officer telling the truth? Or let's say, or is the defendant, or are they telling the truth? Who is actually telling the truth? So being able to sit in court and listen and be able to distinguish, hey, this person is telling the truth. Hey, they should be innocent or whatnot, not just because of, hey, maybe because of their skin color or maybe because of their background. So that's one of those reasons that really made me want to run.
So I got to ask you, if you do not win, would you run again?
Oh yes, of course. This right here, to me, I feel like God placed me where He placed me at for a reason. And sometimes, if we don't win the first race, you never give up. You continue to go on. After this, regardless if I win or not, which again, to me right now, I'm going to win according to how I feel, what I've been told based off the God I serve. And so next year, my plan is to be in law school as well. So I want to plan on going to law school, finishing up law school, and I don't want to just be a justice court judge. I want to go beyond it, because I feel like there's more things that I can do in the community.
That is a very good answer. And I gotta say, I've seen him work. I gotta tell you, I am a fan. I know his uncle. His uncle has a church across the street. I lost sound. Okay. Anyway, I know his uncle. I know his family. I know the family. I know the Hopson family well. But I got to know this young man, and I gotta tell you, one of the questions I ask, and hear me out, Tarquez. Why would I seen one of his supporters? I think that's Rose, work at the city.
Which one?
At City Meridian. Her name is Rose. I think that's her name. Well, anyway, I seen one of his supporters, and they was raising money for him. And so I looked at it, I said, wait a minute, you supporting, we got to stop doing this. We got to stop watering down what we get in our community. Denson is a lawyer. He has a law degree, but I am a fan. I've seen him in the courtroom. He really makes a difference in the community. I think he'll make an excellent judge, and I think he has a bright future in the city of Meridian. I have seen him work. I've seen him. He really cares about the community. He's impartial, and people, you really do need to get out and vote. Some of you think that your vote don't count, that it does not matter. It really does matter. You got to get out. And you see Earl's playing the game, saying he's running for re-election. He's not running for re-election. He's never been elected into that position, people. All of you should be appalled. You should really be upset. You should not allow for him, if he's a judge and he's going to lie on his sign about running for re-election, because he was appointed in that position. And in my opinion, that's what's wrong with this county. That's what's wrong with this community. Probably what's wrong with this state. We keep appointing people in positions, and once they get there, they think they're anointed in that position. This is my position. We got to stop letting the supervisors and the governors and everybody else that pick for us. We got to start, and that's where they thought the election process, and we got to stop doing that. I really wish you luck. I really do, and I hope, if anything that I can do, I might give you a small donation. I'm going to tell my son to give you a donation. He's been helping you, hasn't he?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what are some things that you want to say to the people? Tell them when they vote and where they go and vote at, or if they have, is it too late for them to register to vote?
Yeah, the deadline was, if I'm not mistaken, last Monday.
But not to vote absentee, though, am I right?
Not to vote absentee. Now, absentee started this past Monday. You can actually go do absentee at the circuit clerk's office on the first floor of the main courthouse. Now, I know you can start back. When I spoke with him, if I'm not mistaken, you can start back registering to vote after the election after November the 5th. But right now, the deadline to register has passed. But you can actually go and start doing absentee voting. On November the 5th, I tell people when I go out to take 3 to 4, maybe 5 people with you. I mean, the more people you take, because what they say is we're not going to get out and vote. The Democrats are not going to get out and vote. And I'm a Democrat. I have to stand behind my Democrats, and that's the main thing we have to do. We have to stick together. We have to stand behind one another, because at the same time, I have an opponent who's a Republican, and I know that they're going to stick together. So therefore, as a Democrat, we have to stick together. We're a team. So that means we have to work together. We have to push for one to push for the other. I mean, hey, I'm 31, but at the same time, this has been a learning lesson for me. This has taught me so many great things. The fact that I won the primary, many people didn't feel like I was going to win, but at the same time, again, I trust the God. It's the faith that I have, and that's one of the things. Like I said, November the 5th, we have to get out and vote. It's imperative. Your vote does count. You think about it. If we have 5 people in a room, we have 5 people, and we all take 5 people with us. There's going to be a total of 25 people. There's 25 votes that we didn't have. Now we have 25 votes compared to just those 5. As the number continues to expand, those 25 take 5. We're going to get up to 125 people, and it continues to expand daily. So therefore, that's why we have to get out and vote if you can vote. One thing a lot of people don't know, we have a lot of people that's in jail that don't realize that they can't vote. We have people that have felonies that don't realize they can vote. There are 23 crimes that allows you not to vote, and those are you have arson, armed robbery, bigamy, bribery, embezzlement, extortion, felony bad check, felony shoplifting, forgery, larceny and grand larceny, murder, obtaining money or goods under false pretenses, perjury, rape, receiving stolen property, robbery, theft, timber larceny, unlawful taking of a motor vehicle, statutory rape, carjacking, and then larceny under lease or rental agreement. So those are the 23 crimes that in which you cannot vote. If you have a possession charge or some kind of small drug charge, you can vote. That means, hey, you get out and vote. So if they told you can't vote, you can vote. You can go on the Secretary of State's website and look up this information. Those are the 22 disenfranchising crimes. Like I said, a lot of people don't understand that you can vote, and we're young. We have a new generation. My slogan is, it's a new generation of justice, and justice takes courage. And I mean, a lot of people say it took a lot of courage of me to actually step out and actually get out here and vote at the age of 31. So November the 5th, we need everyone to actually get out and go vote from the age of 18. You're in high school. What we're also trying to do, we're also looking to try and have supporters to actually allow us to use school buses to take the high school students to vote while they're at school. Some of them don't even know that they can vote, but we have a lot of them that are registered. So that's one of the things that we're hoping to do with the school district. It's just we're gonna talk to the superintendent, but it was brought to me by the candidate for Attorney General, Miss Jennifer Riley Collins. She mentioned it. She would love to be able to support, and she would support the bus and endorse the bus for us. So that's one of those things we're looking to do election day. We're also going to be having vans going around taking people to the election. I'll leave my number here. I'll give my number out.
Give it out now.
My number is area code 832-242-3160. That's 832-242-3160. Call my phone. We definitely will be out. My campaign manager, if you call me, I can definitely link you up with her. Her name is Jasmine Lynch. Or my mother, Miss Beverly Hopson. We'll definitely be out. Like I said, we're pushing. We're pushing to get everyone out to go and vote on November the 5th. This is the year of history. We're trying to make history here. I have a friend. His name is Rod Hickman. He's in Noxubee County. He's the first black prosecutor in Noxubee County. And so, like I said, we're just pushing to make history. So we got to get out and vote, and we got to get out and vote Democrat. We're pushing for all the Democrats for sure.
Well, I want to thank you. And people, I got to say this, is that we definitely, if you want to call in and you have a question you want to ask in, the number to call in is 601-627-5318. That's 627-5318. He's going to be here a little long because I want to ask him a couple of things. I want to say this about the school. More than likely, that probably won't happen. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. It's just that they're going to do everything they can to keep you from winning.
Correct.
And the people that control that, even though Amy Carter is the superintendent, it's people that's controlling this thing that has nothing to do with who's really in the office.
Right.
But one thing they can do, so we have a solution to that already. How about all you high school students go and vote absentee? You're going to be in school that day. If you're in school, if you're in work, or if you caring for someone, you can't be there, you're going to be out of town, you can go and vote absentee. Just go and tell them where to go, Tarquez.
You go to the circuit clerk's office, which is the main courthouse on the first floor. If you know where you buy your tag at, it's around the corner from that. You go to that first floor, you have Miss Donna Jill, you have Miss Tina Moore. They're in there. You go in there, you talk to them, you have your ID, go in there and vote. Vote your absentee, let them know your reasoning why you're voting absentee, and you vote that day. Hey, again, my name is Tarquez Hopson. If you see my name on that ballot as a Democrat, please get out and vote. Vote for me for sure.
I gotta ask you one thing. Why did you not run in District 2? Gotta ask you that. And I gotta, Denson, if you're listening, I gotta ask you the same thing. Man, you guys seem like y'all picked I guess the Republican stronghold. But here's the thing that can happen. If we get out and vote, we can even overcome that. But I want you to answer that question.
I'm going to answer, but first and foremost, when you say, I picked the council of the Republican stronghold, first thing I look at David and Goliath. I mean, I look at myself as David. You have the Goliath. No one expected me to win the Democratic primary. But again, I trust and believe in God, and I know the faith that I have, and I know that all things work together for my good. So I know that I can overcome, and I know I can win, and I know that I will win on November the 5th, regardless of what people might think or what people may say.
With the support of
the
young people. That's one thing he did.
Of the young people?
You mobilized the young people. Everyone. I gotta say that. He mobilized everyone. Especially young people. Young people just don't vote. They voted for him. We need to continue that. Everyone needs to get out and vote on November 5th.
Like I tell people, I'm a Democrat, but I don't look at the party. I look at the person. And then based off, if people knew me, they know my heart, it's all about the people. It's all about making sure everyone is treated fairly, everyone is treated equal and impartial. I want to bring back civility and respect back into the courtroom. People are scared to go into the courtroom, but now I can talk to people and let them understand. Hey, come into the courtroom. This is all you have to do. It's not all about sending people to jail. It's not about that's not what it's about. Everyone deserves a chance, but also there's consequences for everyone's action. Now, the reason I didn't run in District 2 is, for one, the Judge Harris, Andre Harris, is my godfather. I will say that for sure. That's my godfather. Someone I respect. I honor and respect. And back when he ran for constable back in the 90s, I helped him campaign back then. It's kind of crazy to me how I'm going to go. My mom worked back at Justice Court back in the day, back in 2000. And so before that, like I said, Mr. Harris, he's my godfather. We used to travel with them on constable conventions. So it was my godfather, Mr. Andre. You had Buck Roberts, he was the constable. You had Ricky Roberts, he was the constable as well at that time. Constable 2, District 2's constable right now, Martinez Andre Harris Jr., that is my godbrother. So all of us used to be back with each other.
I understand.
Mr. Andre, that's my godfather. So out of respect with him, that was something I couldn't do. Also, I mean, I'm not going, again, in so many words, I don't want to use it, I take it out of context, but the way I saw it, as well as I saw where instead of having possibly 4 4 people in there all that dealt with from law enforcement, to have 3 people in there law enforcement and me, a person that's basically very much so a lay person, very much so impartial, with different backgrounds. I have a background from different, different areas, so that was another reason. And then my parents, I grew up in District 3 as well.
Okay. What's the racial demographic in District 3? Do you know?
I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say possibly maybe 55, 45, or 55, 45, 60, 40 maybe.
It's doable. It's something that we can do.
Great.
But again, like you say, believe in God and get the vote out. People, you got to. I want to thank you. Is there anything you want to say again? Give them your phone number.
Yeah, I'll say again my number for election day, area code 832-242-3160. Follow my page also. I'm on Facebook, Hopson for Judge. Like I said, November the 5th, definitely, we need your support. We need you to get out and vote. We need to push the number. In the District 3 alone, there are a total, right from the day that from what they told us, I think there was a total of 13,393 residents in the district. We need 5 to 6, 7,000 votes, and that's not asking for a lot. It's just the fact that it takes 2 to 3 minutes to vote. We can go out and stand in line, at the movies, or stand in line for some shoes, or in the grocery line, or something of that nature, but it takes between 2 to 3 minutes just to cast your vote. And that's all we got to do. So we're asking, hey, if you're watching this, definitely get out and vote on November the 5th. And don't forget Tarquez Hopson, Justice Court Judge, Lauderdale County for District 3.
Thank you, Tarquez. Dice Man, play me a song.
Hold up, before he leave, we got some people. We got some people who want to ask him a few questions in the chat. If you don't mind,
go ahead.
That's all right with you.
Read it to him.
Okay. All right. We got Mr. Payne that says, so what experience would you bring to deciding what is the truth?
Okay. He wants you
to
answer.
Basically, so with my position where I'm being, I currently work, like I said, in the City of Meridian Municipal Court, and I've worked under 4 different judges. I currently work under Judge Robbie Jones. I work under Judge John Howell. I worked under Judge Ray Darcy, and I worked under Bob Bresnahan, all practicing attorneys. Probably if I give you the amount of experience of years between the 4, over 100 years. So being able to sit next to them and listen to them as they decide cases and actually discuss and sometimes talk to them about cases, that's helped me to decide what is the truth and being able to distinguish who's actually telling the truth or who's lying and who's telling the truth. Where I work at now, people tell me they look at my facial expression sometimes, because I can just look at someone and be able to say if they're actually giving the actual truth, and the answer that the prosecutor asks, or if they're going to try to beat around that answer to see exactly what's going to happen. And so, I listen to the officer and I listen to the defendant, and sometimes, honestly, there's some judgments that I haven't agreed with, but at that time I didn't have the voice. So that is what has helped me to be able to distinguish the truth.
I think what I've seen him do, and I think what he'll bring to it, is that he would look at the facts. A lot of times, I've seen judges not look at the facts, but look at the individual, such as a police officer, like what he just said. Since he's a police officer, then he's not going to lie, and that's far from the truth. That's all they do is lie. I'm kind of on my best behavior because I like this young man. And I really want him to win, and I want you guys to be mad at me and miss his message. He has a message for you. He wants you to get out and vote, and he wants you to vote democratic way. We need that democratic way.
And I will say, with working at the police department, a lot of the police is not bad. I guess I've gotten to know a lot of them. And, a lot of people see, oh, the police, this is police. No, they're not. I promise you. But you do have some bad apples or whatnot in the bunch that will spoil it. And we try to weed those out. But like I said, you have to look at the facts of things or whatnot. I don't judge a person. I can't judge a person because God is the only person that I see that would be able to judge anyone. And so if I'm trying to judge someone, what kind of person am I? That's just like looking at the sin. No sin is greater than another sin. So therefore, you can't say, oh, this is an apple, this is the orange. No, you have to look at the facts, and you have to look at everything and take it as a whole. You can't just decide, okay, maybe because I know this person's background, I need to give everyone has to give a fair chance. They may have tattoos. We don't know the reason that person may have a tattoo. They may have hair that look like mine. My hair does not dictate the reason behind the decision in which I make. It does not dictate who I am. It does not tell. It tells a story. It tells me I am who I am.
Well, I can tell you that it just makes me proud. I know your parents are proud just hearing you. He's a strong young black man, and he has a bright future ahead of him. I want to wish. Is there any other questions, Dice?
No, that was it. Mr. Payne also said that I support any young man who puts his life in the public eye and remains impartial. So he's saying, you know, I support Mr. Hopson, and he will vote for you.
Thank you.
Well, Dice, man, you can play that song now. Hey, I want to thank you, Tarquez. Tell them that number again.
The number is area code 832-242-3160.
And you can see him just about any time. He really makes a difference at City Hall. It really does. Like I said, I'm a fan. I really am. I admire him, and I definitely support him because he's a young man and he's a strong black. And you know, you can see he's maintaining his culture. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. Play me a song, Dice, man. Coming up is Roscoe Jones.